Hier is het zaterdagavond, 8 uur. Maar in Indonesië is het zondagochtend, 1 uur. 1 uur 's ochtends, hè? Dus niet 1 uur 's middags, 1 uur 's ochtends. Ja, maar even belangrijk. Dus we gaan eigenlijk een beetje een connectie leggen in de toekomst, zou ik bijna zeggen. Ja, met Apri Cuspiantoro, de tekenaar van onder andere Lemuria en Sal, waar volgende week het derde deel van verschijnt. En ja, hij vond het wel leuk om daar wat over te vertellen en over zijn werk te vertellen. Dus vandaar dat we een linkje hebben gelegd, een videolink hebben gelegd met Indonesië. En zometeen heel even met hem gaan praten over zijn werk. Weer even de huisregels. Als je een vraag aan Apri wil stellen, zet even voor dat je voor je comment zeg maar in de chat even vraag. Dan kan ik dan makkelijker uitfilteren wat de vragen zijn. Verzoek eens heel eventjes ook, doe de vraag echt voor Apri en niet voor mij. Want ja, het gaat in deze livestream even over het werk van Apri. Goedenavond Anthony, welkom, leuk dat je erbij bent. De eerste mensen die komen al binnen en in de chat. We zullen wat ruimte ook nemen voor de chat, maar laten we vooral... ook even heel belangrijk, Apri praat geen Nederlands, dus de livestream zal in het Engels zijn. Dus dan mogen jullie vragen, als het kan, in het Engels stellen. En als dat lastig is, doe het in het Nederlands, dan vertaal ik het wel voor Apri. Nou, genoeg gekletst, laten we Apri erbij halen. Good evening, Apri.
Hi, Marcel. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Like I told the viewers, we're kind of having a link to the future because it's Sunday where you are.
Yeah.
And it's Saturday where I am. So
yeah. Then now I believe time machine does exist, right?
Yeah.
Because I come from the future.
You come from the future, yes. Well, it's nice that we have this link. Nice that you wanted to have a chat with me about your work.
Okay.
Yeah, because you I don't know what time you normally go to bed, but I'm keeping you up.
Yeah.
Well, we have some people already. Dutch Lines is joining us. Dutch Lines is one of the members of this channel.
Yeah.
And Bert Oostland is also one of the members.
I'm very familiar with the name. I'm very familiar. Dutch Lines. But I don't know who's the guy behind that.
Michel Switzer. He organizes workshops with comic artists, and then they can teach, aspiring comic artists some nice things.
Okay, sure, okay.
Margreet de Heer is present. Welkom, Margreet. Leuk dat je erbij bent. Very nice.
Margreet, yeah, Margreet.
Yeah. Well, Anthony nog een keer.
Once I work with her, I'm not remember what her book title is, but I'm working about working on her photographs.
Yeah.
I met her in a scene of Gulliver.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, Margaret.
Kopje Comics, all the way from the north of Holland, is joining us. Well, he hopes we all have an awesome day. So, how was your day today, Apri?
Today, I'm just no working today because as you know, I finished Soul Part 3, and then my secret project is now on a hold because I'm still waiting for the next assignment.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for the script, and my other work is waiting for also the writer. So I'm just playing with my child and my wife, of course, just playing around. So, and anyway, it's Saturday, so I have free time.
That's nice.
And then I go to bed in very early, just because I remember I have to do this live stream with you, Marcel.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm excited also.
Okay.
I miss Netherlands. Trust me, I really miss Netherlands.
Yeah.
I want to be there. I would love to get back to Netherlands again.
Mm-hmm.
But we will see. if I can manage time to back in there.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. It's quite a trip. How long is it from where you live to the Netherlands?
It's about 17, I think. Yeah, 17.
Okay,
17 hours.
15 hours. Wow, that's quite a trip.
Yeah, that's quite a trip.
And it's a trip into the history because you're going back.
Yeah, back to yeah, like in the movie Back to the Future.
Back to the future. Yeah.
When I get back to Indonesia, it's so I'm back to the future.
Yeah. I have some more comments. And Seth mentions this one, Strip Holland Strip. That's the book. You probably.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, you did one of your
Yeah, Bloto.
blotos.
Bloto, Bloto for Margaret. Yeah, thank you, Margaret. Thank you for reminding me.
We have some more people joining us, which is
Yeah,
nice. Yeah,
mostly
yeah,
Dutchman and Dutch girl,
yeah.
because I think I'm the only one Indonesian guy who wake up in in this time.
I think so. Yes, yes. In what part of Indonesia do you live?
I live in Yogyakarta. To be precise, is in Imogiri, a small town called Imogiri. It's I'm not sure I can call it town because it's I live on over the hill, so with only about 50 households around me. So
Okay.
it's quite here.
Yeah.
So it's crowded,
Is,
but
is
I
it
enjoy.
nice that it's quiet, or do you like some more people around you?
No, I like quite like right now. So,
Yeah.
but
I am.
sometimes I miss a lot of people.
Hmm.
I miss
Yeah.
like right now I really miss Dutch Comic Con or Strip Festival Breda or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I really like I love that atmosphere.
I can imagine that.
Yeah,
But I understand that you miss the Netherlands, and it's of course nice to be here. But I think that the way people live in the Netherlands compared to Indonesia is quite different.
yeah. Quite really different. It's really different. In Netherlands, everything is so much structure and everything so. First thing is the weather. The weather is way much different, way
Yeah.
much different. And in Netherlands, it's like a second home to me.
Hmm.
Yeah, because when I get back to Netherlands, I feel like coming back home. It's yeah. My wife also said it's like our second home.
Yeah. Um, I was thinking back. It's about 7 years ago that we first met.
Yeah.
When you came here to do promotion
Yeah.
for, I believe it was the second book from Lemuria.
No, I think it was my first visit to Netherlands.
Was it the
But
first time? Okay.
let me ask you. Let me ask you. Uh, was it me with my wife when you met me?
Yes, yes.
No, I think. Oh, yeah. Okay. I
I
think that was
remember
my
because it,
second
it
time.
was it was in an Indonesian restaurant,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was quite nice.
Sari Java. Sari Java.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So it's, it's
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
it's been
I think
seven
you're right.
years ago.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
Yeah, but you were already working with Sietse Algera back then. When did you start working with him?
Uh, I was working with Seeds start from 2013, I think.
Okay.
But Lemuria and then Lemuria Part One was published in 2015. So
Yeah.
my first visit to Netherlands is 2015.
For the people who don't know, that's this one.
Yeah. So and then I work with Sits for two episodes of Lemuria,
Yeah.
uh, and in the third episode I stopped working because of something. So I stepped back to in Lemuria number three, and then the other guy continues the story. The
Yeah.
also the Indonesian guy, Ruli
Okay.
Akbar. Yeah,
Okay. So they kept the connection.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Now I am a bit curious because I know a bit how the comic
yeah,
situation in
yeah,
the
yeah.
Netherlands is, but how is that in Indonesia? I'm very
Uh,
curious about that. I mean, what kind of comics are there?
yeah, Indonesia. Indonesia is yeah. Also, I think it's quite different. In Indonesia, people love uh, American comics and manga. They are not into European comic like. But back to 1880, back to 80s, uh, European comics was in top of what do you call it? More familiar than
Hmm.
American comic in 80s.
Yeah.
But now they're gone. So that's why my you cannot find my comic in Indonesia. But
No.
I do have also worked for Indonesian comic book also,
Okay.
and but unfortunately, it's not that good like in Netherlands.
Hmm.
So people because my style is not they're not into my style because my drawing style is more European. So they love manga and American style.
Hmm.
And yeah, some artists also can make a living in the comic books, but uh, I have several friends also working for American industry, such as Marvel, DC's, Dark Horse, everything in America. But we only can find a very little amount the artists that working for Europe. So it's quite different in the
Yeah.
term
Yeah.
of style. In the term of style.
Okay, I can imagine. Um, but well, we if I mention the name Don Lawrence, that's a name that's well very well known to you. It's a big influence to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How did you discover his work?
Yeah, it was in 80s when I
Ah,
was
okay.
just a little kid. When I was just a little kid, I have my big brother that was much older than me. Uh, he brought, uh, I think it was the first part of Storm. It's deep work, and it's really. Uh, I remember I cannot even read it. I just saw the drawing, and I was amazed by the drawing at that time. But as you know, I never dreaming that I can draw like him because I was just a very little kid right that time. I think I was only 4 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. But in 80s, Don Lawrence also very familiar in Indonesia. Um, there are a lot of comic artists at that moment also influenced by Don Lawrence, and their drawing style is very Don Lawrence style.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's how I recognize Don Lawrence work.
Okay. So when you started, that was that kind of the reason you started doing that?
Um, no, no. I love yeah, I love realistic style of drawing in term of comics. I also love uh, American comic. I love John Buscema or in British comic such as Guard by Frank Bellamy
Hmm.
and Dan Dare, Flash Gordon. So my first influence in drawing comic was Indonesian artist. His name was Teguh Santosa. His drawing style is a bit like such as like Spanish comic artist. I don't remember his name right now, but Teguh Santosa is my first influence.
Okay.
And then because his drawing style is much simpler, so I can follow his drawing style. And then I start to learning to paint, and then uh, with Don Lawrence style. So that's how it start. But I just drawing some pin ups. I never uh, working in comic in Don Lawrence style. So
Okay.
when I first met with Sitze, that's how it start.
Hmm.
That's how my Don Lawrence
Okay.
style starting in comic.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it started more when you started doing comics in the Netherlands.
Yeah, when I start
Okay.
working with Lemuria.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Ah, that's interesting to hear.
Hmm.
Nou, de stipverzamelaar Marvin, goedenavond. Welkom, leuk dat je erbij bent. And we have a question. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
Segriles. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
cigarettes. Okay.
yeah,
The mercenary.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He also has a very good, beautiful style. I also have a couple of books of him behind me. So yeah, that's very nice. Well, I gotta say it's yeah. When I look at your work, all the detail in it and yeah, the way it shines, it's I think it's really amazing
Oh.
and really nice. So you did the two Lemuria. Then at a certain point, Saul comes in the picture.
Hmm.
How did Saul start it?
Um, Soul started when I contact by Seb van der Kaden from Personalia. Uh, Actually, we had a plan. Me and Sitze and Seb had a plan to working on a certain title. I have to remember the title. The title was Vortex, but I canceled the deal because something else. And then I oh yeah, I have to say, before working in comic, I am an animator. So I'm working
Okay.
for advertising to supply 3D animation for the advertising. And then when I stop Lemuria, I uh, I get back to my old work. And then one day, Seb contact me by email. He wants to do a comic series with me, and I offer him a short story for Strip Glossy. It will start with the title Aji Saka. It's about Japanese folklore, about how people invented leather in Java. So it's about 10 pages of comic. It was also published in Strip Glossy number one, I think. And then I found out that I am not really good in writing because I wrote it by myself,
Yeah.
Miyagi Saka. And then I asked Seth to find me a writer to if he want to continue to work with me. And then he introduced me to Willem
Yeah.
Ritstiel. And then that's how it started with Saul.
Okay.
And then we start to brainstorm about how the character looks like and how the universe and everything. And then, well, my bad, I was too influenced by Don Lawrence. So in Saul number one, you can see the even the bandage. I just
Yeah.
it was just a different color than
I
Storm,
see.
and the face,
It's a little dark,
everything
maybe this.
everything you remember. You will remember Storm if you see it, if you see it.
Yeah. Also, although I really love this one.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
This is
But
really
the story
amazing.
is really different.
Yeah.
When you when you read Saul number one, you cannot remember. You don't see the resemble with Storm, but
Yeah.
when you see his look, it really looks like Storm. Yeah, I at least everyone I know said that. Everyone I
Yeah.
know.
Well, was that something that just happened, or were you just so much into it and finally happy that you could do something in that style that you kind of subconsciously maybe, yeah, kind of use the same look?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, but you know, I'm so crazy about Don Lawrence. I really love his work. I really love. I have to admit it, and anyone knows it.
Mhm.
Anyone knows it. But I think it was just like a tribute or something like that. Because when I read the script, it's not really look like Storm. So okay, I can do it. The character will look like a bit like Storm, but the result is not that bit. It's really much like Storm. Yeah, too much like Storm.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't want to have any trouble. I don't want to have any problem with Storm, with the publisher of Storm. So in part two, I changed his appearance. And Willem and Seb really likes the new appearance of Saul.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. It's
yeah,
really different.
yeah, it gave him a new personality, and it works, and it works.
Yeah.
So so you don't remember Storm anymore.
Hmm.
So and then I also changed my my painting style a little bit. So when you see a lot of lines in Don Lawrence rendering, you don't see it in Saul
Yeah. Yeah.
number two and three.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. I was rereading the books today because I wanted to be up with these. I mean, it's been a while since I had them and read them. So, but yeah, I noticed the switch from the first one to the second one, that it was quite a change.
Yeah,
Um, but still, and I also noticed that the style in the second book was in less Don Lawrence and starting more your own style. So
yeah,
I think that's a good development, and maybe I can imagine that also would be a challenge for you to find your own style in this.
yeah. Yeah. And I enjoy it. Actually, when I works for Lemuria, uh, people keep saying, "Oh, it really looks like Don Lawrence." And then when I work for Saul number one, they still keep saying it. And the first time, uh, it brings pride to me. I am proud. Okay, so I look like Don Lawrence, but somehow it also hurts me
Hmm.
seriously because why? Because some people also say, including Martin Lodewijk, why don't you use your own style? And that question is really hits me really hard. Okay, uh, when I when it works with Lemuria and Soul Number One, so it must be because Don Lawrence. It's not because of me. So when I have a chance and Seb uh, start to believe me that I can use my own style, and then I develop my own style. So it's my default painting style. When you
Hmm.
see Soul Number Two and Three, it's my own style.
Yeah.
Maybe you will see a bit Don Lawrence influence, especially in the muscles and the face muscles and the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that yeah because that's how my eyes treating me. So my references is Don Lawrence, Frank Bellamy, and something similar like that. So when you see um, the shape in my lines,
Hmm.
my painting style, it looks like yeah, it still looks like a bit Don Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. I was checking this page.
Yeah.
Oh, this way. Let's see if I can bring it
All
up
right.
a little bigger.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
I have the book too. Uh,
which is a lot of water and
yeah.
underwater scenes in it. And
Yeah.
I mean, you did mention it, and I was gonna come back to that. I mean, you paint these things, right? So how long are you? Well, if you make a book like this, how long are you working on that?
Soul Number Two was quite fast. I think
Okay.
it's about 9 months. If I remember correctly, it's about 5 months because Seb wants me to submit about 11 pages every 3 months.
Okay.
So so I think it's about 9 months. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, more or less, more or less. So I finished one page. The faster that I can get, I can finish one page in one day. But some other page was mm, also a week, and the certain page also 2 weeks. So it's not really uh, uh, so it's not just slightly in 2 days or one day. So it's very various. So I can work in one day, and I also can slowly working on it on 2 weeks for one page only.
Okay. Wow. So this of course, yeah, you can make as many details in it as you want, I think.
But the water scene was I think it's about 2 days
Three
because
days.
it's
Wow.
really excitement. It's full
Yeah.
of excitement to working like such as that page. It's really
Hmm.
full of excitement when
Yeah.
you working on a lot of dialogue and close-ups. Somehow it took me much longer to do it
Okay.
because it's a bit bored.
Yeah. There's a lot to enjoy well, especially in the second book. There's a lot of animals in it,
Yeah, you will
which is
see.
also quite nice.
I think the best part of Saul was so far for me. It's number three
Yeah.
in term of drawing and also story wise.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you will see it when it come out.
Yeah. Well, we have to wait 1 week. Then
Yeah,
it
I think
officially will
about.
be released.
I
So
think about.
now, and something I'm also a bit curious about because of the distance. You living in Indonesia, Willem living here in the Netherlands.
Mm.
So how do you work together in creating well, the whole story and the whole world of Saul?
Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. It's we working through email. There's a lot of emails from Willem to me, and he has to wait until I wake up to answer him. So when he created Saul, he also mentioned. Ah, I remember. There is one line in his script in the description when he described Saul. He said, "Just regular heroic guys think about storm." Yeah. So so, so even he didn't ask me. I will still keep thinking about storm. So and then the environment he wants me to keep thinking about Lord of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien, and
Hmm.
he also saying that it's a bit looks like or Star Wars, but with less machinery, with less technology. So you will not see any gun in Saul. So you will see only swords, but probably you will see a spaceship and you will see vehicles, but you won't see any gun. So we working on it about, I'm not quite remember. So I'm drawing many concepts of Saul, which is I think you can find in dossier edition, hardcover edition of Saul number one. I'm working on some sketch and some simple painting about Saul, and uh, when he agreed about how Saul will look like and how his environment and his sidekick, uh, such as Leia. So my I approach the steampunk style design because I also love that style. Steampunk design when you see any boat or vehicle or the outfit of some guys, it's steampunk uh, influence.
That's also pretty nice. Yeah, you mentioned the dossier and the hardcover edition from Saul 1. I noticed it, and it's nice to have some background information, but also to see these sketches
Yeah,
that you made, which is quite nice. I can definitely recommend anyone to pick up if you haven't Saul number 1. And while you're at it, pick up number 2, and then next week number 3, and then you have them all.
yeah. I
Is,
believe
is,
you will love number three.
is 3 the last one, or are you going to continue the story?
Ah, okay, that's nice question. I love working with Willem. I love working on Saul, and but until right now, Willem still, I think he's still busy about anything, and he also still feeling down about. Uh, I'm sorry, his wife, and he haven't started any script of Saul yet.
Mhm.
So, but I would love to working for number four because in Saul number three, the ending is still cliffhanging. So Willem has one job to do. He have to finish the episode of the mercenaries of Barkan. So he
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to conclude it.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, Yeah, I love working on Saul. Uh, I really enjoy it, yeah. Because
Okay.
Saul is Willem give me uh, any such wide range of opportunities to explore my styles. So he he gave me a script about spaceship, about about jungle, about creatures. So I love working on it.
That's the beauty of fantasy. Yeah, you have
Yeah,
so much you can go to. We have a question from Margreet. What is your favorite character to draw?
my favorite character. It's hard. It's tough question. In Saul or in any books, but in Saul, my favorite character to draw is definitely Saul. Yeah, Saul. Um, because it's easy to draw. He's easy to draw. He's just a typical heroic guys, typical muscles guys with a lot of muscles. Yeah, I tried not to oversize Saul, but I don't want he looks like um, Storm anymore. But still, I love Storm. But if you ask me any character I really like to draw in term of any books, any characters, should be um, the guys from Torpedo. The guys from Torpedo. It was drawn by damn, I cannot remember that name again. Torpedo is. I also have the book in that I got from Netherlands. It was drawn by. I cannot remember. Maybe you can help me, Marcel. Torpedo. Torpedo.
I'm gonna.
The book's called Torpedo. Torpedo. It's also published by Dark Horse. Mm,
Um, Enrique Sanchez.
yeah, Sanchez, something like that. Enrique Sanchez
Yeah.
and who's the
Okay. He's Enrique Sanchez. Abuli is the
yeah,
writer,
Abuli,
and
yeah.
Jordi Burnett is
Jordi
the
Burnett, yeah, that's his name.
artist.
Jordi Burnett. I love drawing Jordi Burnett version of Torpedo because Torpedo also drawn by several guys. I think it was Alex Todd. The first guy was Alex Todd, and the second is Jordi Burnett, and the third one is Eduardo Riso. But
Okay.
the version of Jordi Burnett is my favorite. I also love drawing Asterix and Obelix. So I got several commission uh, drawing Asterix and Obelix. Uh, everyone knows I love Storm and Trigun, but in my free time, I love to working on a easier. Sorry, it's not easier, but simpler style. So Asterix and Torpedo is simpler than what I did in
Okay.
when I draw Lemuria or Saul
I
or
would
when I
love to
draw.
see. I would love to see Asterix and Obelix from you in your style.
I think you can find it in a strip glossy also. In
Okay.
75 years of Asterix and Obelix. Yeah, Seb also made that edition, and
I'm gonna look it up.
yeah, yeah, and I draw Asterix and Obelix in my style,
Yeah.
one page only.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna look it up. I have it here. So
Okay.
we have another question. A little complex question. Is there anything you would never want to include in Soul?
Okay. I have also similar question when I working on Soul number two. What do you avoid to draw in comic? There is some guy. There was some guy asking me that question, and I said my answer was I don't want to draw a bird because it's hard to draw. But Willem Willem gave me give a lot of bird, so so I hate him in in such a way. But I have to do it. But I have to do that. Uh, I don't have any restriction in drawing anything. But if you ask me what to avoid, it is a bird because yeah, it's hard to find a good angle about bird. But I love bird. The real bird, I love bird. But it's hard to draw.
But Willem puts them in, and then
Yeah,
what does he say when you say that you would not like to have
he
birds?
didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know that I don't want to draw
Ah,
bird.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good one. There's a bird on the cover of Soul 3.
yeah. Also, you can find a lot of bird in number two for Soul number
Yeah,
two, and also number one.
okay. Seb just mentioned Strip Glossy 14. That's the one where you have your Asterix
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Obelix in.
yeah,
So for those who have it, have a look, and it will be nice to see. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to you and Willem working because, well, what Anthony says is an interesting question because he comes up with the story and then, yeah, you have to draw it. So,
yeah.
uh, does it happen that there are things that you like to change because they're maybe, well, very hard to do? Or yeah, I don't know. Any reason?
Yeah, yeah. No, no. I was just suggesting, but I never. And if I have to do that, I have to ask politely to Willem. Uh, let me try to remember. No, I never changed the story, but I have a small critic from the reader. There's a guy who really loves Saul. His name is Anthony. Anthony. He he said that Leia is have too big portion in Saul. Somehow Saul looks like just her sidekick. So I forward his word to Willem, and I suggest Willem to give Saul more leadership. And then what we see now in Saul number three, Saul is more dominant. So and also in Saul number three, before we start working on Saul number three, I told Willem that I want to draw flying turtles, and he said, "Okay, good idea. I will include flying turtles." And then you will see flying turtles in Saul number three. And then when uh, I never, like I said before, I never tried to change the story, but I tried, but I always try to find good angles, the best angles for any panels. So when William suggests me a close up, and I think it's better when we do it in medium close up in or medium shot. I will do it in my thumbnail in my sketch. and I say, and I give it back to Willem and said, how about this? And then they agree, okay, and then we good to go. So that's how, because uh, Willem is took responsibility on the story. So when you said the story is bad, so it's Willem's fault.
Yeah. Well, and Anthony says he admits that he said it.
Yeah,
But well, it had an effect that he gave that comment to you. We have Kicker Comics coming in.
Hai, apa kabar? That's Indonesian lines.
I
so,
I thought it
so
was.
finally, there is one Indonesian wake up.
Well, he's from the Netherlands
Uh,
actually.
oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, kicker comic. Okay, so it's so sorry because apa kabar is Indonesia, very Indonesia.
And what does it mean?
Apa kabar is how you doing? Hi,
Okay.
hi, hello. What's how you doing? Yeah, what's up?
Okay. Well, very nice. Glad you could join us, Kicker. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, it's nice to see that you have a good a good way of working together with Willem,
Yeah,
and then that although he creates a story that you have your influence as well because well you're of course the artist, so maybe if you have suggestions to improve it, well that's
yeah,
only for the better, of course.
yeah.
Ah, ah,
Mhm.
from
So,
Jakarta originally.
oh, he was born in Jakarta,
Yeah.
but he just remember apa kabar.
I don't know if he knows more, but he might know more.
Yeah,
Okay. Um, well, we talked about the two comics or the two the two books that at least I know you from, Lemuria and Soul.
yeah,
You already mentioned that originally you started as an animator.
yeah.
Um, so outside the work for Soul, do you work on other comic books?
Yes. I stated before that I am now currently working on my secret project. At least the writer said it's a secret. But I think when it's come out, you will guys love it, and yeah, because yeah, I do also love working on that. But let me give you a hint about my secret project. Uh, the hint is, I hope it's okay to mention it. Uh, I give I will give you two names. It's Dick Matna and Martin Lodewijk. That's the hint. So that's all I can
Okay.
say about my secret project. So
Ooh.
I don't want to talk about it
I
more
will not
further.
ask. I will not ask.
Okay.
It's a secret project, so
Yeah, yeah. So
uh,
it's Dick Matna and Martin Lodewijk.
yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anthony spoiled something.
So if someone was in Haarlem and well they may have a clue, but I was in Haarlem.
Yeah.
I haven't met them, so I don't know. But we'll see. So that's something you're working on. That's very nice.
Hmm.
And anything else going
Yeah,
on?
I also still working for Strip Glossy, and it's not too secret, but the hint still Dick Matna. It's for Strip Glossy.
Okay.
So
There are people saying that it's not a secret anymore.
it's not secret. Oh, okay, it's not a secret.
Someone is mentioning this.
A new storm. I read it somewhere now. Oh yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't want to talk
No,
more about that.
let's keep it a secret. I
Well, yeah, let's
actually,
keep it a secret, but you will see when it come out.
yeah, I
You will see.
actually had a question in mind about it, but I will not ask it because, well,
All right. Okay.
I don't want to bring you in a difficult
Otherwise,
position. So,
otherwise the publisher will kills me, or he cancel the job.
yeah. There are yeah, there are not a lot of European comics in Indonesia. You read Storm when you were young.
Yeah.
Did you read any other books, or have you picked up any books since you've come to the Netherlands and found about comics?
Yeah. There are some comics book that I saw in Netherlands that was I also saw when I was still much younger, such as the Italian comic. Uh, it calls it called The Gentleman's in Indonesia in English. The Gentleman's. I think it's party. Sorry, it's about five guys with one woman. I have it on my tablet. It's called, I have to look up in my tablet.
I think it sounds about right. I have a feeling I've read that as well, The Gentleman.
Aristocrats. The original title is Aristocrats. I don't know
Okay.
in what the title in Netherlands, but in French I think Le Gentleman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this. Let me see. Let me show you. Let me show you this one. Is it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one.
yeah.
Yeah, I've read it also.
I I love that style also.
Okay.
When I was much younger, I read that book also. And Asterix and Obelix, of course, Asterix, Tintin, or you call it Kaufje, right? Kaufje,
Kuifje, yeah.
Kaufje. And then what you call Trigi. In Indonesia, we call it Trigan. Yeah, in Indonesia, Trigan. I also read Trigan, Trigi also, still by Don Lawrence, and then by Flash Gordon, like I mentioned before,
Hmm.
and then Superman, Batman, and some Indonesian comics. And then in Indonesia, we call it Nina. It's about it's about the story is quite changing. Every book is different stories.
Hmm.
They call it Nina in Indonesia, but I saw it once in Netherlands,
Okay.
but right now I cannot remember the title. And then uh, the Commando, Partisanen in Netherlands. I think the title is Partisanen,
Hmm.
Partisanen about war.
Yeah.
The main character was Major Dragon or something like that. Major Dragon, and then books about Indian by Hans Chris.
Hmm.
Hans
Oh
Chris,
yeah.
yeah, book about Indian,
Yeah.
and
Very
then
very beautiful.
yeah, that's we also can find it in Indonesia, and then yeah, there's a lot of things. Oh, Dawi Daber, Dawi Daber,
Ah.
after Dawi Daber, yeah, Dawi Daber,
That's quite a few.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. I think I cannot remember everything, but yeah, in there is still a magazine in Indonesia. I think in still also in Netherlands. The magazine's name is Bobo. It's a rabbit, a family of rabbits.
Hmm.
Bobo. Do you know
Yeah.
Bobo? In Indonesia, in Netherlands, there is also a magazine called Bobo. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have it also here.
Okay.
Bobo.
Well,
Royal Dijkstra. Royal Dijkstra.
yeah.
Yeah, Royal Dijkstra. Stef
Foot,
Ardoba.
football.
Arad and Maya, something like it. Yeah. There's a lot of.
Ah, okay.
It,
That's quite a few still.
yeah, yeah,
We have a question from Seb.
yeah.
How do comic magazines look like in Indonesia?
Hmm, it looks like a magazine, but um, I don't know. It's like a normal magazine. It's not really about comic, but there are several comics in it. I think it's just like a teenager magazine like that.
Yeah.
So it's not specifically comic. So it's about mode. It's about fashion. It's about music. But we can find comic inside,
Yeah.
several
Okay.
comics inside. So it's not
Yeah.
really specific comic album.
Yeah. We have a comment from the Art of Richard Schouten, and he said that it was also called The Gentleman here in the
Yeah.
Netherlands.
Okay. Gentleman. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Published in Wham magazine. That's Wham magazine is a magazine I don't know. I only know it by name, but I've never read it. So,
Okay.
but I do know the comic. When I was young, I remember reading it. So it's nice to see that some of the things that you mentioned that I also remember
Yeah.
from when I was younger and read them, which was very nice.
Yeah.
Um, I'm kind of done with my list of questions.
Yeah. Oh, okay. More
I don't know.
information. I forgot to mention Mobius. He's
Ah,
also my big fan. I'm a big fan of Mobius. Young Giraud. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, uh, we also can find Blueberry back when I was younger. So we can also find Blueberry in Indonesia.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
early Blueberry, but
Mm-hmm.
not the new one.
Oh no. Blueberry is very good.
Yeah.
Also the art is really
Yeah.
beautiful. So
Yeah.
that's really good. Well, nice to hear. Well,
Yeah.
it was nice to have a chat with you, AP.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for staying up so late.
Yeah. It's staying up so early.
Yeah, staying up so early. That's true. Well, I don't know if the viewers have any questions they want to ask you. Now is your
Uh,
chance.
yeah. Okay. I'm all ears.
Me too, but
Yeah.
we have something.
Tanah Liat. It's an Indonesian name. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Tanah Liat.
Yeah.
Tanah Liat means clay.
Okay. But so what I understand from this is basically that there were a lot of comics, European comics, and then manga became bigger, and then that kind of took over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is manga big in Indonesia?
Yeah. Really big.
Okay.
Really big. Mostly the teenagers read manga here. So when the younger generation only know, I can say the younger generation here like mostly knows manga. Yeah, some of them love American comic or even European comic, but mostly they influenced by manga. The new artists influenced by manga.
Okay. Do you read any manga yourself?
I read some of them, such as Kung Fu Boy, and then of course Doraemon, and then Kindaichi, uh, Vagabond, or I don't quite remember all of them, but not that lot, not that lot, because
Okay.
the the drawing style. I'm not really into the drawing style, but I uh, I still uh, say it's great. It's great style. So it's a lot
Hmm.
of details, and
Yeah.
the anatomy is really nice to see. But I'm not really into manga.
No. Okay. Well, we have a question from Michel. if you are a big fan of the cartoon show He-Man.
Oh, okay. I remember that the black and white, the pencil drawn. Yeah, yeah. The question. I'm a big fan of cartoon, so yeah, I'm a big fan of He-Man also. Uh, my first my first kid, when he uh, when he saw toys, He-Man toys, he said, "Hey, Daddy, that's your favorite. That's your favorite. That's your favorite character." But he knows that I love He-Man, He-Man and the Master of the Universe, and yeah, I love that cartoon show.
Okay.
But I love the classic one. The new one I don't really into also because yeah, it's ruined my childhood memory.
That the one they have on Netflix out now. You
Yeah,
mean that
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
No, no, I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Pencil drawing.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I think I know Michelle then.
Okay. Wow. That's always good to read.
Okay,
Kicker Comics bought Soul Part 1.
okay. Yeah, I enjoyed. Thank you, Kicker Comic.
And of course, this is very important information to know for the people in the Netherlands that there will be a book presentation in het Beeldverhaal in Amsterdam,
Yeah,
where
okay.
Willem Ritstier will be present.
Yeah, yeah.
So if
Okay,
people want to,
I was also in Build for Hall. Janet and Hans, right? Janet and Hans.
yeah,
Yeah, it's nice atmosphere there. Yeah, there's a lot of nice and friendly people coming out. Yeah, I like the atmosphere in Amsterdam, and the smells of the smells
yeah,
of the red lights.
it's definitely yeah, a really
Yeah, the
nice store.
fragrance.
I've been there a couple of times myself as well, so
Yeah, nice.
very nice. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, then I want to say a big thank you,
Yeah, me
Abri,
too.
for joining
You're
me on
welcome.
this live
Me too.
stream.
I really enjoy, and
It was
I really love. It's worth to wake up early in the morning.
thank you very much. That's nice. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Hearing your stories about the work was very interesting to hear. Well, we're going to look forward to Sol 3. We're going to look forward to your secret projects.
Ah, yeah, okay.
And
Yeah,
good luck with that. Of
yeah,
course,
okay.
that's also a big thing. And well, I would say get some sleep. And oh,
Yeah,
we have something. What
yeah.
does this mean?
Sorry.
What, the Kicker
Selamat
Comics says
malam. Selamat malam is good night. Good night.
good night. Okay.
Yeah, good
Well, that
night. Thank you. Thank you, Kicker Comic. Goedenavond. Goedenavond. Yeah.
okay. Well, other people
Thank
are
you, Margaret. Thank
thanking
you,
us
Margaret.
and
Thank you, Seb.
saying goodbyes. Well, thank you everyone for joining in. Don't forget to like this live stream. Uh, Always nice to feed the algorithm of YouTube.
Yeah.
And then they know that people enjoy this content, and then more people can watch it. So it'll be nice. And well, for the people who were not able to join it live, I hope you enjoyed watching it. Well, whenever you can. That's the beauty of this. We can do it live, and then people can come in and interact. But if you're not able to join in live, you can always come back later and just watch the whole thing again. So that's also very nice. Okay, well, once again, thank you very much, and have a good evening. And everyone, have a good evening as well. And see you in the next
Yeah.
live stream.
Tot de volgende keer.
Okay.
Tot ziens.